This is what deer hunting's all about. We see some deer, that's a bonus. Right. Folks, stay with us. We're going to get in the stand and we're going to be real quiet. I'm going to quit talking.
Just taking the time to check the feeders when I'm out here at my place. And as you can see here, we've had some friends in here, huh? And we are checking trail cams. So we've got this trail cam set to take video, 10-second videos. Welcome to A Sportsman's Life. We're so glad you tuned in to join us for another exciting real-world outdoor adventure right here on A Sportsman's Life.
Well, are we having fun down here?
We are.
At the Becker Bottoms, by golly. Folks, this is Mr. Edgar Cotton and his son David. 3 months ago, I didn't know these rascals, but now we're good friends.
That's right.
We are, and it means the world to me. But we're about to go deer hunting. Underneath this cooker here, guys, I've got a big old, that old skillet could tell some tales now, but a big old cast iron skillet full of smothered venison and some smothered backstrap off of a wild sow that I shot. That's the truth. I'm going to make a deal with you, so I'm going to give you an option. If you can't cut that steak with a spoon, I'm going to let you hit me in the head with the lid of that thing. 'Cause
what have you got in there, gravy or anything?
yes, sir. We've got some it's funny because I asked your son, I said, do y'all eat venison steak and smothered steak and rice and gravy? there was a pause on the phone, David. I said, okay, I know you do.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll take the camera with us and see if we see some deer. It's a perfect it is, David.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, this is what deer hunting's all about. We see some deer, that's a bonus. Right.
That's right.
Folks, stay with us. We're going to get in the stand and we're going to be real quiet. I'm going to quit talking when we get in there, I promise. And we're going to see if we can take some pictures of some deer. How about that?
Sounds good.
Well, folks, I'm settled in the blind, and here comes Mr. David Cotton. This is the exact spot where Jeff shot his big buck about a month ago, right here near this feeder. David, come in here and let's have a seat. Let's see what we see here. This is the spot I was telling everybody where Jeff shot his nice buck up here.
Right.
What, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. Yeah. David, you've got some cottonseed out there too for the deer, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, when y'all were out here hunting a month or so ago, and Mr. Larry Wysoon told me that him and Brandon said that was a really good source of fat and protein for the deer. We've never had those out, but
have they started hitting it yet?
Well, over at another place they have, but this place here they haven't started hitting it yet. And Brandon and Larry said it could take 3 months, maybe 6 months for them to get on
to it.
Yes, sir.
You know, out in West Texas, I used to hunt mule deer out there on actually Clayton Williams' High Lonesome Ranch. And he fed cottonseed out there, and those mule deer got acclimated to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, folks, here's the setup. That's cottonseed right there. Edgar, you want to check out that smothered steak?
Yeah,
See what that looks like.
I sure do.
I hate to tell you, but I've already tested it, and I pronounce it edible.
Oh, my.
Spoon us up a little bit.
Oh, man.
We're gonna let that heat up a little bit more. That's smothered.
Don't that look good?
Oh boy, I think we're gonna be able to eat pretty good. Me and David we'll just saw it on the video. One good 4-year-old 10-point out there, and they weren't moving real good where you was at, Edgar, right?
No,
Yep.
no, I didn't see anything. I heard coyotes. I heard a lot of those behind me, but
Yeah.
I didn't see anything, and they should be coming to food plots, but
I tell you what,
it's not good.
I tell you what, Edgar, it was a nice evening to be out there, wasn't it?
Oh, it was great.
No wind, and we had 4 or 5 does come up, not up to us, but out there about 150 yards. They kept looking back. There come a 4-year-old, and he's one of them that looks like he's gonna be something in a year or two. Well, I guess David will be with us here. I think he's coming back in to pick something up. We'll jump into that rice and gravy steak.
I love
Oh, it's good eating. Well, folks, I think that's going to wrap us up. We're going to jump on this here. I don't think you really need to watch us eat all this good stuff. That old cast iron skillet there, I will close us out. That thing, if it could talk, Edgar, it could tell some stories. I've had it for about, I don't know how long time. Folks, let's move on to our next segment. Hope you enjoyed our little late winter, just before Christmas hunt down here. Edgar, was that about what you had hoped for?
Yeah, you done great on this. I love that pork in that rice, and it's great.
It's pretty good eating.
Oh, man.
I said, David here, let's see.
Yeah.
Y'all, let's look at that bowl. Oh, yeah.
This is my second bowl.
I think we're all on our second bowl.
Yeah, we are. Well, folks, anyway, this is, as Mr. Paul Harvey used to say, the rest of the story. We've wrapped up a fine hunt, and how about that buck that David and I saw? It was a 4-year-old buck. He's going to, as they say, give him another year, but
That's right.
Another year or two, he's going to really.
He is.
Gonna be a good one.
That's right.
Well, guys, couldn't have been more fun. I'm gonna sit down there and join y'all out. We'll chow down on some of that smothered steak, rice, and gravy.
No, that's
Brought to you by Dallas Safari Club, Conservation, Education, and Hunter Advocacy. Hornaday, accurate, deadly, dependable. Taurus Firearms, maker of the Raging Hunter. Trigicon, brilliant aiming solutions. Just taking the time to check the feeders when I'm out here at my place. And as you can see here, we've had some friends in here, huh? Yeah. I'm seeing both deer and hog tracks, so you know they're coming in here. Fun time to get out. You know, starting winter or closing in on Christmas here, and I'm out just putting a little feed in this feeder, and now it's funny, you look at this. You see that? That is where a pig was laying, rubbing himself. Yep. Beautiful winter afternoon. Getting out. Sometimes it's fun. I just fill a feeder here and there, and don't try to do them all at once, and makes it a little easier. So anyway, I'm gonna get this feeder filled up, and then we are gonna go fill one more, and we're gonna call it a day. And can't wait to get back in here next time. My goodness, look at the tracks. I'd say a majority of these are hog, but I do see some deer. Also interesting to see where they rub some of the mud that they get on them. Hogs will rub a tree, and this of course is very close to the feeder, so they walk by here all the time. So
Howdy folks, it's your old buddy Luke Clayton. I want to show you a couple of really cool broadheads. I have never seen anything like these, and I'm going to bet you haven't either. FireinTheHole.com is the maker of them. A guy named Kenny, who's a mathematical genius, a physics genius, invented these things. I've used the conventional one. If you could call it conventional, it's actually a conventional looking broadhead with a ring on it, around it. I'll show you a close-up that actually punches a hole through your deer, your hog, whatever you're hunting. I've used these one time on a hog, and I've just connected with Fire in the Hole and Kenny and found out how to order them through the website, FireinTheHole.com. This is a mechanical broadhead that opens to 4 inches. Unorthodox looking, yes. I'm going to show you a close-up, but does it shoot good? It does. I've shot actually through my crossbow even. It'll withstand the force of a crossbow. Let me give you a close-up of the, this one is called the sling blade, S-L-A-N-G. It's very unconventional, but it works. Really thick blades. The ferrule is actually taken away, and the blades are heavy. They kind of take the place of the ferrule on this sling blade. Let me give you a close-up, then we'll go on and move on with our show, but I thought this was noteworthy and I want you to know about these. Folks, I'm going to guess, unless you've discovered these, you've never shot mechanical anything like it. This is called the Sling, S-L-A-N-G, Sling Blade by Fire in the Hole Broadheads, FireinTheHole.com. 7/8 inches closed, and you do these 2 rubber bands, these little O-rings, do hold the blades in position through my crossbow, so they work, and these blades take the place of a ferrule. I'm guessing you've never seen anything like it, but they do. They open to 4 inches, and for a mechanical, I've never seen anything like it. It holds together. It's what I'm going to start shooting. I have not used this one yet, but I do know that it works. I'm anxious to try it on some hogs. Very anxious to get that going. Here's the other one, the C4. This is the ultimate crossbow broadhead, I think. Here's a close-up. Let's get this thing where you can see it. I have killed a hog with one of these actually a year or 2 ago. Check that out. Check the O-ring on it. That punches a hole through the critter. It's an ideal broadhead for crossbows. I actually used a compound with it when I shot my hog. It worked just fine. But that O-ring, you can see how it's designed. It just cuts a plug through there and opens up a devastating wound channel. Let's get on to the rest of our show, folks. I thought you'd enjoy this little update on these broadheads that I've discovered. A Sportsman's Life is also made possible by Air Force Air Guns, AGM Global Vision, H3 Whitetail Solutions, and Pyramid Air.
So anyways, when these fish aren't on the feed in a lot of the colder months, you got to trigger them into biting. A lot of what I like to do is I call it the hop. And you hop that lure up, and when it's in the air, you gently turn it a couple of times. I call it floating the jig. It keeps it in the strike zone longer. Because a lot of times lifting it off that bottom creates a little dust wake and makes that striper go, hey, what's that? And goes and tries to chase it. This also works for bass fishing and other predatory fish.
Conservation Today is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Visit HaydenOutdoors.com to find or sell your farm, ranch, or recreational property.
Waterfowl is so very important to a lot of different people, as it is really should be to all of us. There are opportunities to where in the right type of habitat, right type of terrain, such as where we are right here, that with a little bit of flooding of different areas, you can create an absolutely fantastic waterfowl heaven, if you will. If you look behind right here, there's been, I think it's called twin leaf senna that's been planted. Produces a really nice big size seed that waterfowl just absolutely loves. And it does well in a marshy situation such as we are here. And the beauty of this particular property with the levees and everything, you can control the water where there's no water or where it's flooded at the right time. And if you look behind me too, there's a whole bunch of little bitty small leaf stuff floating on top of the water. It's called duckweed, and it is an absolutely fantastic duck feed. Here in another couple of weeks, this place will be covered up with ducks simply because of all the food that's here.
Well, hello friends. Welcome to A Sportsman's Life. Jeff Rice here. We are out here on our property, and we are checking trail cams. So we've got this trail cam set to take video, 10-second videos. And the reason we put videos is so we can see exactly which way the game is moving, what time they're coming in. Really a lot of useful information by getting video. Still pictures are great. You can see the animals that are there, but the video really gives you a little bit better perspective on, if there's chasing going on, or if there's a single buck coming in at a certain time. You can get really a good look at them as they move through. It's not just a single shot. So let's take a look at a few video clips that I've gotten over the last, say, 30-45 days, and talk about some of the information that we gained by getting it on video versus just a picture. All right, let's get this set up and going.
Whether it's a video with clear indications that predator control is needed, or a close-up video of a nice buck for age identification purposes, trail cam videos give you a more detailed look at the game you pursue. Knowing when a buck is hitting a scrape or his direction of travel may be all that's needed to harvest that deer. I find it interesting that a coyote will mark his territory right underneath a buck scent bomb. With a video clip, you're able to see things that a picture just won't give you. It's all about the details in each video. This clip is a perfect example. Note the injuries sustained by the buck from the coyotes in this area. What these videos tell me is it's time to start predator hunting. Why waste your time looking through pictures when you can see video clips and get more detailed information about the game in your area? I highly recommend you set your camera to the video capture and start collecting videos versus pictures. It will help you become more successful.
Folks, thanks so much for joining us. This segment of our show is brought to us by Gearhead Archery, Snaplock Hunting Blinds, Smoking Texas Electric Smokers, TRHP Outdoors, Ultramatic Feeders, and Catfish Pro Catfish Bait and Catfishing Supplies. Make sure and tune in next week. We'll have another exciting show ready to go for you.